Hi everyone, you're welcome to my channel once again. Today we are going to be talking about something that affects everyone who stays in hotels or attends events here in Nigeria. Guess what that is? The maintenance culture crisis. Event centers and hotels start off looking all premium, and years down the line they begin to lose their glory. The ACs are not working properly, the restrooms are probably not even flushing well, the pressure of the water is not as it used to be, the bad smell, no fresh, restroom smell, that has suddenly become luxury as they were. Some of the chairs are broken. You just find out that things are not properly kept and nobody is fixing it. And then it leaves us asking the question that the hotels will stay premium for a long time. What is it exactly that they do differently that these hotels will suddenly lose their glory or these event centers do not do? Somebody's probably asking, why does this keep happening, right? Before we even talk about what the great hotels do differently or event centers. One thing that I have observed is the lack of ownership mentality, right? So take for example, somebody builds an hotel or installs an event center and they are probably not even around to see to the day-to-day running of the place, right? And decides to hire a manager. I mean, anybody can separate from their business if they want to, but they need to put good hands in place. Now the question is, these hands that they have brought on board, do they have what we call the ownership mentality? Because what you own, you would go any length for, right? And I've observed that this is, I wouldn't say 100% of the time, I would say maybe 80 over 100% of the time is usually not there, right? Nobody cares. Another thing that I've observed is supervision, right? It's okay that you want to separate from your business, but what you delegate and do not supervise will eventually get damaged, right? So you delegate something to people and then you're not supervising, you don't have your method of checks, right? In no time, the place will definitely lose its glory, or that thing will definitely lose its glory. Number two thing that I've observed is, these reactive measures rather than being preventive, right? So you don't have a maintenance team. You don't have somebody that you trust. They probably come highly refer that this person, if you put them in charge of things, you would not have to sweat, right? You don't have that team, and then nobody is maintaining things as it were. So we leave things until they go bad. So you see a small scratch on the wall, instead of fixing it immediately, you leave that scratch until the cracks begin to open wider, or the paint is completely peeling off, and then you say, don't worry, we'll bulk renovate. Before you know it, these things they don't appeal to people anymore. Other things, that I mean when I say preventive maintenance, instead of waiting till an AC is completely bad, you take time to service regularly. The plumbing issues, you pay attention to them. The electrical issues, you fix things as soon as they break. You don't wait till there are major issues before you fix them. But number three thing that I've observed is the unmotivated staff. Cleaners, the facility managers, they don't have a sense of responsibility as well. They just see the role as another paycheck. They just need to earn money. So you see people not paying attention to cleaning. Sometimes I'm at an event and a cleaner walks up to me to say, I don't dey clean since morning. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I have been working since morning. I'm on my, this is my job and that is your job. What should you rather be doing if not cleaning all day, and then they make it look like it's a big deal, like they're not even excited doing their job. Like it's some dirty job as it were, but it's your job, right? And you should be excited doing it. So they don't have this sense of responsibility. And so instead of them to be thorough, they just do surface level cleaning. And nobody is even supervising this. Number 4 thing that I've observed is profit over quality. You see people just build these event centers, they build this hotel, and they keep getting the money. They don't put aside something for maintenance, for upgrades, for major repairs. You reinvest into your business. You don't just build a business and just keep raking up the money and not think about reinvesting into the business. And I think that on this point, the last thing that I'll touch on is poor long-term planning. So people cut corners while building some of these structures. And instead of them to pay attention to building something that would last, you'll find out that the wear and tear on the buildings, right, or on the marquee, whatever it is, the wear and tear is faster than it would usually be. So these are like things that we need to pay attention to if maintenance culture is going to become a thing and part of us in this country, in this part of the world where we found ourselves. So now I wouldn't just leave you with the problems that I've observed, right, and not give you an advice on things to do from my consumer perspective, right? First, I would address the venue owners, right? The number 1 thing that I think you can do as a venue owner is to think long term. See your business as a business that you want to last long, and keep reinvesting into the business. Make out time to visit your properties, once, twice, 3 times in a year if you're not in the country. If you cannot afford to, there is somebody within your circle that you definitely know they pay attention to details. Bring them on board to help you do all of these checks and run around, right? Somebody you trust and can get the job done. But make sure that you have a solid system of checking things. And then lastly, I would say that have a very solid relationship with whoever it is that you have hired to be your manager. Have a very solid relationship with that person, and ensure that on that manager's end, training is going on from time to time. And here is the reason why. If your manager fails to, or lacks the capacity to be able to approve urgent repairs, or they just feel like they don't have the say, it can also prolong and delay things. Now I'm going to talk about the part where some managers fail. Some managers are so focused on sales that they tend to forget, the experiential aspects, which I would say the maintenance aspect of things. So they just want people to come and buy, and then they neglect the maintenance aspect of things. Some managers also indirectly, they cannot approve anything where repairs are concerned. So they just leave it like, well, I've done my best. I've told them this thing is bad. I can't approve this. And then they just leave it, right? That one would not be their fault if the owner of the business hasn't given them the power to. Again, you can look within your system, whatever it is that works for you, but just ensure that you have a solid relationship. You prioritize training for your manager from time to time, and then have a structured maintenance plan. A lot of venue owners, a lot of hotel owners need to sit down and have a maintenance team, right? And lastly, I would say training, maximize training for, I talked about training your managers, I'll talk about training your staff, your cleaners, right? And have somebody who would actually supervise the work that is being done. Don't just say they have cleaned it. Check, how did they clean it? What did they use? Did they polish the woods? We have all this wood polish. Did they mop well? Did they use the right products? Who is checking the kind of products that they use? There are trainings for things like this. Don't just hire people who don't have any training on how to clean, on the right products to use for cleaning. The mirrors, how do they clean the mirrors? The TV, how do they clean? Do they just splash water on your TVs in the room? Right? Do a proper training for those who clean. There's a way to clean a restroom, daily cleaning, and then once in a week, thorough cleaning. Your beds, do they lift the foam up, to clean the wood that is on? How thorough is the process of your cleaning? The people that you have hired to clean, are they trained for the work? Because the truth is, when you maintain something on the surface in terms of thorough cleaning, you would even prevent long-term damages, right? So that would be my advice to venue owners in terms of trainings and what to do to keep maintenance in check. I've found some people who would say, oh, don't say that, we have cleaners, it's being cleaned, it's done, it's well kept. But they don't even come to supervise, so they don't take feedback seriously because a cleaner said they've done what they should do. So put your check in place, ensure that your manager that is supervising is thorough, firm, and can get the job done. So in closing, I'm just going to summarize everything that I've talked about, right? And permit me, because I wrote them out here and I want to just read them the way I wrote them. This is to venue owners. Stop seeing your venue as just a source of income, right? Treat it like an investment that needs maintenance. Have a structured maintenance plan and plan a budget for it. Visit your venue regularly or put somebody who can do that for you, right? And conduct inspections from time to time. Train your staff and set high expectations for everybody. For cleanliness, for the cleaners, for repairs, set high expectations. Now, for venue managers, I would say that prioritize maintenance as much as you prioritize bookings, right? Have a facility checklist and inspect every part of your venue or hotel weekly. Ensure accountability among your staff. I'm talking about the cleaners, the maintenance team, and they should be held responsible for their duties. Have a clear reporting system so that issues get fixed fast. For cleaners and for maintenance staff, understand that your job affects the reputation of the company, be it the venue, the hotel, whatever it is. Take maintenance seriously. Fix things immediately instead of waiting or just ignoring them. Report issues before they become bigger problems. And I would say for event planners and customers generally, if you visit hotels or you attend an event at a venue, give feedback, right? Immediate feedback. If a venue is poorly maintained, let the management know. Choose venues that prioritize cleanliness and maintenance, to encourage good practices. Yeah, so that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching. My name is Adeso Olanrewaju, and I'm your favorite event girl. Please, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, watch the videos, share, and above all, turn on the notification bell so that you will be the first person to know when my video pops up. So thank you. And if you have any other thing that you'd like to share with any venue owner, hotels, anything about maintenance culture in Nigeria, feel free to use the comment box. I'll be more than willing to read them all. If you haven't seen my previous video, do well to catch them up on here and look forward to the next one. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye.